Hello, everybody. It's Daniel speaking, and this is our next emotional English podcast where we learn an English language effortlessly, emotionally, fulfilled with energy, and of course, positively. I'm sorry for my echo on the back because I do have no good microphone here in my parents' house. I just having the small microphone and not a good room for the recording, but I'm sorry for that. Maybe next week I'll be more prepared, or maybe the week after. So I'm coming back home to Karachi in the 4th of September. And from that date, I'm ready to give you the right content with a good quality. But as for now, let's have what we have. Okay. So today's topic for the podcast is, why do some people hate Russia? And I found two comments of people on the website Quora.com, if I'm not mistaken, and I will read the comments of two people and comment it with my own words. Again, it's just the position. I don't want to objectify anything. I want to give my own comments and my own subjective side or my own point on the topic, right? So why do some people hate Russia? As always, I will read the topic comments, and then I will give my own words on it. I'll discuss each new word. And then in the end of the podcast, I'll try to ask you guys some questions related to the new vocabulary, okay, to memorize it deeper, okay? So it's more political topic for today, and I hope nobody's ass would be burned, okay? I hope you guys ready for that topic. And let's begin. So the Bob Trent commented on the question, why do some people hate Russia? With words. It's a dictatorship and kleptocracy. It invades its neighbors. It attacks other countries in cyber warfare. Putin murders his perceived enemies openly. Russia elected Donald Trump. So these are his own comments. And I would like to comment each new word. So the first word is dictatorship and kleptocracy. So dictator is a person who control and use the absolute power, right? And the guy Bob thinks that Vladimir Putin is a dictator and he controls Russia without any limits, right? It's his own position. It's fine. I do have my own thoughts, and I would say that in every single country, people do have people who are not controlled by their own wills, okay? So they have the world government. That's what I believe in. I believe that the world government control each country, and they are real dictators, okay? Not the Vladimir Putin or Joe Biden or Donald Trump. There are no real power, okay? They are just the puppets. Puppets, it's just the toys, right, in others people's hands. So that's my own position. So how do you call people who are stealing money from budget for their own needs? You call them kleptocrats, right? And the guy said that we have the regime called with kleptocracy, right? With the government who steals the budgets for their own needs. Exactly. There are some, there are cases with the truth like that, but I do think that it's just the position, it's just an idea, and in every single country you will find the same exact situation. There are some people who are stealing money, and there are some people who don't, okay? So it's completely fine in every single country. We do have dictators, we do have kleptocrats. It's fine. So the second comment he made, it invades its neighbors, right? So Russia attacks the nearest countries. Again, I would not say so. Because first of all, it's just the position, and every single fact you can comment on your own need. So if you dislike Russia, you can say that Russia is an invader. But let's discuss United States of America. How many countries US invades last 20 years? Many. So many countries invaded by America. So when you say that somebody is an invader, you say that you are not an invader. So that's kind of funny, because in every single situation there is an invasion, and this invasion could be connected with the government interests, right? If something happens like an invasion or something, or when somebody is invading, there is a reason for it, right? And I think that Russia did it less than any other countries, right? So Japan, US, or another country, let's say where Jewish people lives. All times forgetting this country. So it's the, I think you understand me, right? Where the Jewish people lives. These countries, they are invades as well. They are invade others as well, right? So you cannot say something like that the Russia only invades. That's why it's completely fine. This comment is subjective always. It attacks other countries in cyber warfare. What is a cyber warfare? First of all, I want to comment this. So warfare, it's like an invasion, but you're doing it on the internet somehow using hackers, right? Hacking other computers and systems, Pentagon or something else. So cyber warfare, and people think that Russians do have great IT specialists, right? And we do cyber warfare as well as invades other neighbors, right? Our neighbors. So it's fine, but again, every single country has the same story. Chinese do have cyber warfare. American IT specialist, cyber warfaring others, right? It's completely fine. We do see it in every single situation with each government, right? So Putin murders his perceived enemies openly. Okay, you can say that Vladimir Putin is doing it, perceiving it, right? So when you perceive enemies, right, it means that you try to, let's say you realize, you understand, and you, let's say, you do it, let's say, openly, when everybody can see you, right? You perceive enemies, it means obvious enemies, right? Open, let's say, not open-minded, but I'll say it's just the enemies who are controlled by some kind of force. Let's say nowadays we have only two forces, right? It means the U.S. force, let's say, and then another part of the country who are trying to go against the U.S. Agenda. Okay, agenda, it's like the rules. When Russia tried to perceive and murder their own enemies, or Vladimir Putin tries that, I don't think so. Again, that only Vladimir Putin want to kill their own enemies. So Joe Biden want to kill their own enemies. All other leaders want to do the same, because if they do have the chance of death, or if they do have the chance of danger, right? They need to get rid of this type of danger. And how can you do that? You can do it with your own actions, right? You try to murder somebody else, and you do it openly. I don't think so. It's openly. Nobody can say that somebody is doing something openly until you see it with your own eyes. So then you're doing it secretly. Again, it's just the subjective side of the guy. Another comment here is Russia elected Donald Trump. I can say that when you elect someone, right, you're choosing someone. Let's imagine we elected Vladimir Putin last time, right? And maybe next time we will elect him again. He will be elected again. And there are some rumors that Russians elected Donald Trump last campaign. Right now, another president elected by the U.S. Citizens, right, is Joe Biden. But there are some people and ideas that it was all fake, right? That the real elected president was Donald Trump, and probably something going to change soon, and the real president will be elected again, and Donald Trump will get his chair back. Okay, but it's just the rumor again. So this is the Bob Trent comment. And I will read it again, and then I'll ask you do you understand the whole idea or not. I will ask you right away. So the comment of Bob Trent to the question, why do some people hate Russia? It's a dictatorship and kleptocracy. It invades its neighbors. It attacks other countries in cyber warfare. Putin murders his perceived enemies openly. Russia elected Donald Trump. So again, do you know who is a dictator and which country you can call the country which has dictatorship? Any comments, guys? So the country with a dictator, it's the country with dictatorship, right? And the country which has kleptocrats, it's the country which has people who are stealing the real budget of people for their own needs, right? They do not use the budgets, right? They use the budget for their own needs, right? Only. Of course, not only. They do it just secretly, and real nice kleptocrat is using both. He is doing something good for people, and he is doing something good for himself. Okay? It's a good kleptocrat. It's a hidden kleptocrat. And let's go next. When you are trying to invade someone, it means that what? That you are putting your army to another's border, another country border, right? You attack, you invade, you start to push someone, and that's aggressive move, right? It's invasion. You can call it invasion, right? And let's discuss one more. So when you have a cyber warfare, what does it mean? Okay, it means that what? It means that you have the guns and you physically go to another country. No, you're not doing it with your own guns. Your main gun is your hackers, right? Hackers do it online, right? They're attacking other countries or systems online, and you can call it as cyber warfare or warfaring, okay? So, okay, that's good enough. I hope you do understand this comment of the guy. The next person is Panu Hogland. So Panu Hogland. This is a bigger one. And I think we do have more interesting words here. Let's read what the guy said. So the Panu Hogland said, because there are many countries which Russia used to oppress and which are still regularly threatened by Russia, while Germany has repented of her murders and crimes, Russia hasn't. Moreover, Russia is aiding and abetting neo-Nazi groups in the West all the time, while calling everybody else and their grandma a fascist and Nazi. Such double standards are really, really infuriating. That's his first paragraph. And the second paragraph is, I lost my job as a column writer, and I am still excluded from writing in my native language because of pressure by Russian control extremist rightists, right? And there are many others here who have been wrecked by Russia. We have personal grievances to avenge. We are the dead of the InfoWars, our voices shouting from the graves, craving revenge. Okay? Nicely said here, but again, it's just the subjective side, and I'm gonna comment it with my own subjective sides as well, right? So I would like to share my own thoughts on it. And let's read the first paragraph and let's revise the new vocab. So the guy said, because there are many countries which Russia used to oppress and which are still regularly threatened by Russia. So why he's answering because the question is, why do some people hate Russia? And he says, because there are many countries which Russia used to oppress. And the word oppress is new for us, right? So oppress means to keep someone in subjection and hardship, right? The synonyms could be abuse or persecute, right? You know, the guy who is calling that somebody else is a bad guy is a persecutor, right? In the court, you have two sides, right? The persecutor who is saying that you are doing something wrong, and another guy is the lawyer who is protecting you, right? So he's protecting your lawsuit, for example. So the same story here. So the guy think that Russia used to oppress and used to attack with words, with actions, right? And some countries are still threatened by Russia, right? Regularly threatened by Russia. Small countries are threatened by Russia. But again, maybe it is true. I don't know. But in my honest opinion, it's just the subjective side. There are so many people, right, oppressed by other countries, so many countries oppressed by American agenda, right? And they don't have their own position on things. I think it's an oppress as well. So America oppress Europe as well. So it's another position, right? When you're oppressing someone, you're saying that somebody else is bad and somebody else is good, right? You're abusing, you're using another or somebody with your own needs. It means they're oppressing, right? And when somebody is threatened, threatened by Russia, let's say, you're scared of Russia, you really have no idea what to do, right? So you're bullied, you're cowed, right, by somebody. So it means that you're scared and you have no idea what to do because the bully's gonna bully you, right? So the same story. We do have another great comment here that while Germany has repented of her murders and crimes, Russia hasn't. That's strange because what Russia has to be repented of, right? I don't think so that we do have something to be repented of, right? When you repented of something, it means that you are having something to regret, right? When you are having something to be sorry for, you are repented, right? And the guy said that Germany has repented of her murders and Russia hasn't, okay? So Russia still have their own crimes to be repented. Maybe. But again, it's just the guy's opinion. Maybe you need to regret things. But as Russian, I cannot say that we need to be repented. We need to be repented somehow, somewhere for bad things, but not for things which are happening right now with our own country. Next, Russia is aiding and abetting neo-Nazi groups in the West all the time. So when you're aiding and abetting somebody or something, it means that you are supporting, you're helping, you are promoting, you're encouraging, right? And here the guy said that Russia promoting neo-Nazi group, right? It's a group like who was like supported by Hitler, right? So people think that Russia support neo-Nazi groups. I think that it's the complete opposite. I think that United States of America aiding and abetting ISIS. I think that America and American government aiding and abetting different groups which are very offensive. I think that the global terrorism itself, supported by big world government-controlled sources, right, and power. I do believe that there is a power, right, which controlled all the terrorists. You cannot have terrorist itself. It couldn't be true when there is a guy and the friends of the guy who are invading the whole world and, let's say, threatening the whole planet. I do not believe in it, okay? When the guy said that Russia is aiding and abetting, it means what? It means that somebody is supporting and helping the groups or somebody or something, or it means that you are destroying or you are crashing the neo-Nazis groups. Of course, it means aiding and abetting means supporting and encouraging, okay? It's a very, very good and bad thing. It depends on the situation, right? And here, who are aiding and abetting neo-Nazi groups? The guy said that Russia aiding and abetting neo-Nazi groups in the West all the time. I disagree. While calling everybody else and their grandma a fascist and Nazi. I've never heard anything that Russia said that somebody is Nazi. Only the Ukraine situation, because they do have the groups who are saying that they are unique, they are the greatest, and there are some soldiers who are very familiar with fascists and Nazi movements, okay? But again, it's just my own position. It's a subjective side, both, because I do have here only the negative comments, right? And I want to give my own positive thoughts of Russia. Because I live here, I see things as well. I do have my own position. Such double standards are really, really infuriating, right? When you say something like this, that something is really infuriating, it means that it's makes somebody very angry and impatient, right? So it's very angry, right? People are very angry, infuriating. It's very infuriating that it's very bad that Russia are doing such things, right? And people are pissed. They are not okay with that. They are infuriated. So that's the case. So when you say that something is really infuriating, it means that something is very nice or that something is very bad and you are very annoyed by things, right? Sure, it means infuriating. So when you are infuriated, you feel you are very annoyed. You're very angry, right? So that's the same thing. So that we finished the full paragraph. Let's read the paragraph again to revise it, okay? To see it clearly, right? To see it in a more advanced way. So because there are many countries which Russia used to oppress and which are still regularly threatened by Russia, while Germany has repented of her murders and crimes, Russia hasn't. Moreover, Russia is aiding and abetting neo-Nazi groups in the West all the time, while calling everybody else and their grandma a fascist and Nazi. Such double standards are really, really infuriating. So the first paragraph. The second paragraph is, I lost my job as a column writer and I'm still excluded from writing in my native language because of pressure by Russian-controlled extremist rightists. Okay, that's the one sentence. So let's begin. The guy lost his job, right, as a column writer. It's just a profession. And he still excluded from writing in his own language. Oh, poor guy, right? So probably he said something against the law. That's why he is excluded, right? You can be excluded for a reason. Let's say if you are a bad person, you did something wrong, right? You're excluded from the society. You go to jail. First to the jail, then you go to the prison. Classically, nicely said, right? It's just, the guy just pissed. That's why he commenting this way. Somebody blocked him. It's like the guy blocked you somewhere. Let's say he blocked you while you were speaking with a guy, right? And the guy added you to the blacklist. So you excluded from the chat, right? So you have no idea now. You have no chance to write to the guy who added you to the blacklist. To the blacklist. You are in the blacklist, guy. You are there because you did something wrong. That's why you're excluded, okay? You're not included. You are excluded. That's the opposite of included. So, and he said something because of the pressure by Russian-controlled extremist rightists, right? Rightists. Russian-controlled extremist rightists. Who are these guys, right? These guys who are like controlling the propaganda. It doesn't matter which country you're talking about. What's really important is what kind of information and media is happening inside of the country. The propaganda control is the most important thing. So here we do have the extremists, rightists, right, who are controlling by Russia. In every single country, you have American-controlled extremist rightists. Let's say English-controlled extremist rightists, European-controlled extremist rightists, right? So you do have different groups who are controlling the propaganda inside of the country, Ukrainian-controlled extremist rightists, right? So if you do have propaganda and you go against it, you're going to be excluded. It's logically, right? It's a logical thing to do if you have something goes against your own propaganda, you're going to block the guy. It's logic. Come on. We live in the society where there is no freedom of choice or speech. Everything is controlled by someone. So if you're talking of business or if you're talking about business, something controlled by the corporation, by finances of the corporation, right? When you're talking of the government, so the info war controlled by the group of the country, right? If you live in Russia, Russian-controlled extremist rightists, right? If you live in America, you have American-controlled extremist rightists, right? Logical. I don't think so that we do have any problems here. It's just life and it works this way. Every single government has their own rules, has their own forces, info forces. You can call these info forces as Russian-controlled extremist rightists. Okay? Let's go next. And there are many others here whose lives have been wrecked by Russia. Okay? He said that there are so many people and companies who've been destroyed, attacked by Russian sources or forces inside of the info board, right? Info war. wrecked by Russia. Somebody is in jail, like Alexei Navalny. Oh, he's in prison now. Okay, so the guy is in prison. So he was wrecked by Russia. Okay, because he did so many controversial things, right? He was against the government. He has been wrecked by the government. Logical. Again, you can see things in a logical way. So we have personal grievances to avenge, right? So what does it mean, grievance, right? Or grievances? When you have the pain deep inside of you, right? And you want to hit someone in the reason of that pain, you can call it grievance, right? When you have the grievance, it's this pain which you want to use or you want to release. It's the grievance. Let's imagine the guy 10 years ago attacked me and I was damaged badly. The whole 10 years I was thinking of the guy. I had my own grievance. And then one day I woke up and I attacked the guy back with full of my grievance. So grievance to avenge, right? I had my grievance to avenge and I did it nicely. I craved for revenge and I was an avenger itself. So I attacked the guy with my own grievance, with my own pain inside me, and I released it nicely. So the grievance, it's okay according to the translation board. We can find English translator. So what is the thing? Let's see. When you see a grievance, it means that's a real or imagined cause for complaint, especially unfair treatment. You see, like I said, and the synonyms you can see, it's just injustice, wrong, injury, right? You had an injury a long time ago. You can call it a grievance because you're still having it inside of your own subconsciousness, right? So it's a grievance. Don't try to keep the grievances inside of you. Try to release them as fast as you can because life is easier when you have no grievances, okay? So don't try to keep the grievances. So we have personal grievances to avenge. So the guy has his own grievance to avenge. He wants to use and release these grievances and attack Russia. So with his own words, with his own anger, it's fine. The guy was blocked everywhere, right? By Russian-controlled extremist rightists, right? That's why the guy is mad. So why are the dead of the InfoWars our voices shouting from the graves, craving the revenge? No, literally, it's just the guy. He's trying to use nice and beautiful words to say that he was blocked, he was dead of the InfoWar, and now his voice shouting from the grave, craving revenge. When you're craving something, you want something so much. And, if you're an avenger, you're looking for a revenge, right? You're looking for a fight to fight back. So when you're craving the revenge, you are craving to have something, to fight something, to pay back someone with your own power or with your own fury, right? So it's something negative, probably, right? When you're looking for revenge, when you have grievance to avenge, it means that you want to fight back so badly. Here you go. That was the second paragraph of the guy. And now I will read the second paragraph again, just to revise it. I lost my job as a column writer and I'm still excluded from writing in my native language because of pressure by Russian-controlled extremist rightists. And there are many other here who lives have been wrecked by Russia. We have personal grievances to avenge. We are the dead of the InfoWars, our voices shouting from the graves, craving revenge. I hope you got it right. So the guy is pissed. His subjective side understood. And I think that every single position could be announced, but we'll have our own thoughts and ideas in our mind. If you agree with these guys, it's completely fine. If you do believe that in Russia we have no rights, no freedom, it's okay. It's your own mentality. It's your own thoughts. But I do have my own thoughts. I am the guy who believes that we do have our own thoughts and our own lives. When you say that somebody lives in dictatorship or under dictatorship, when somebody lives in the kleptocracy, when somebody electing someone, right? When somebody pursuing their enemies openly, right? Or when somebody is murdering someone, right? It's all not connected to my own life. So maybe Russian government do have dictators. Maybe Russian government do have kleptocracy, but not Russians, right? When I say the country, I say the people who lives in the country, or I mean the government. It's very important because I do believe that government is not the people. I do believe that we do have the big worldwide government who controls everything and everybody. And they want to fight against the nations. They want to fight against the people. They don't need a lot of people. They need a limited number. And maybe I sound more like the conspiracy theorist. It's fine. I am having my own thought on it. And if you agree with it, let me know your own thoughts on my Instagram, on my different channels. Just let me know. What do you think about the podcast? Which topics you want to listen more? And let's stay connected until the next week. So I hope you liked today's conversation, and I hope you guys got the nice knowledge out of my speech. Hope you liked it. So yeah, there are so many new words. If you want to listen this topic again, just listen again and try to memorize some words which I pronounced today. They are nice. I'm not using these words in my daily basis, but it's good to know when you speak with someone about control, power. So the nice word is dictatorship. When somebody's using a lot of power, they are using financial power. So you can call it kleptocracy, right? So up to you guys. I'm here for you to learn English, to be good, to practice English as more as you can. So let's stay in touch, and I'll see you next week. It was Daniel here with you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.